do this in order to get a furlough, I'll tell them we'll stick to furlough.
We watched the men in Block 4 take their own count. Their elected representative orders the doors closed. They are controlled electronically by a guard stationed in this booth opposite the 3 tiers of cells.
I'm on the auditorium now. What? Yeah, only 21. Only 45. All right.
Some cells are being held open for latecomers. Today, the representative is working in the company of a cadet guard and some civilian observers.
Gentlemen, my name is Walter Tyler. I represent Block 4, and I'm dead serious about my whole issue. Because we were accused, not convicted, accused. Not convicted, accused of a charge. And therefore, a system we function under put us here. We want to change the system. And we are proving to society that we are capable and qualified to govern ourselves to the extent of the word. This jail, from now on out, this jail like Walpole before, jammed up, killing and so forth and so on, forget it. You understand me? And I can assure you, brothers, all you brothers, from outside and whatnot, right? We are representing Walpole. We say we can govern ourselves, and we have been doing that. No matter who come in here, they cannot take advantage of an inmate, govern an inmate. Turn this out. These guys work in the kitchen.
The cadets are young trainees without uniforms. They are the only guards now that the old officers have walked out. In the old system, the guard took the count. He could mark a man absent if he was not standing in sight at his door for the full half hour.
15 is present. Now, the reason why we take this method, right, for correction officers not concerned, right, is because every man is not in his room at count time. When the doors are closed, it's because the man is assigned to a different area or the institution.
You know, when the officers was here, there was a lot of forcing going on. If a guy didn't work, he gets locked up. He gets locked up in his room. So now we're faced with the problem of trying to get help without that force. A lot of guys volunteered, and we have about 32 men that are regular kitchen workers. That is, every morning you don't have to go look for them. They're right here, and you can depend on them. I would say that things are going better. I might have to work long hours. I might have to go on the cook line and help out. I might have to come back here and screw up this floor. But it's my job to see that it gets done. So why tell a man to do something that I wouldn't do myself? See, I'm not that type. If I ask someone to do something, I get right in there with them. And that's what's the problem with the outside cooks. All they was doing is pointing fingers, say, do this, do that. They didn't have to cook. They didn't have to touch a pot over there. Right? We were cooking that. Right? They didn't have to serve the line. Right? They didn't have to scrub a floor. They didn't have to do nothing but open and close those boxes and go over there and give orders, say, you scrub over here or you serve over the line over here. That's all they had to do. It was a waste of money, really. They didn't waste no time because they ate the whole while they was here, and they sit down and drink a whole lot of steak coffee, so it wasn't no time wasted. But it was a whole lot of money wasted. That's the main thing that was wasted.
Number one, they were corrections officer cook or corrections officer chef. Number one, they were corrections officers. So their job here was custodial primarily, because right in their civil service exam that they must know how to handle firearms and so forth. And they were just here like overseers to make sure that the inmates who were doing the work here weren't stealing. I've been following news programs recently, these different fraud cases and stuff like Watergate and whatnot. Now we have a situation here with these corrections officers, cooks. There's 7 of them. I understand one of them quit, so maybe there's only 6. But these guys are coming in here every morning, and they're punching in outside in that guard room. They're punching in, and they're being paid that $190 or that $210 or $230 or whatever the case may be. They're being paid every day for being here. Now, before they were being paid, they had to come in here and do nothing. Now they're not even coming inside and doing anything. They're doing nothing out there. They're playing ping pong, or they're leaving. They're punching in and leaving the premises, going back home. And they're being paid every day. Now, this is fraud. There's a scandal there. You know, if you're paying that one guy $210 a week, let's say, why can't you take the people you have in responsible, your inmate workers in here, and make them resident employees of the state and pay 3 of them $70 a week?
We asked the first cook in what ways his job was differently defined now that the officers were gone.
I'm accountable to the inmate population for exactly where their food is going. See? No one handles those keys with the exception of myself, the kitchen manager, and the kitchen supervisor, who's also our first baker here. It used to be like, to be quite frank and honest with you, it was a hustle in the kitchen. Every guy that worked in the kitchen could make a little hustle for himself if he didn't have any money, see? Just like any other of the shops here, whether it be the laundry or whatever the case may be, the print shop. If a guy could have had a chance, he could make himself a little hustle in here. And I could do quite well as first cook, and Mr. Nichols here working with me. We could make quite a little hustle if we wanted to. But now that I've got keys, now that I am responsible, I'm lucky, you know. I can't put my hands on anything. I can't do nothing no more because I owe, you know, I have a responsibility to the population because I'm looking out for their food so that I can give them more than they were having before.
We work, and we want to get paid as, you know, as a minimum wage, you know, $1.60 an hour. I don't know, I'm working, and I don't know if I'm getting paid or not. As far as I know, we're getting 35 cents a day. All my families, most of them, they're in Puerto Rico, and if I can, you know, have a minimum wage in here, you know, I can send some to my family.
It trains them for nothing. It qualifies them for employment in any state prison in the country because it's the only place they make number plates is in state prisons. You see, so, and then they kick them out cold on the street after 3 or 4 years of making number plates, and then they're supposed to be rehabilitated. Why don't we deserve the minimum wage if we're doing the work that they'd have to pay on the street?
If a guy's making $1 a day or something like that, right? When he goes out, them prices are sky high out there, so he's going out with $100 or something. The only thing he can buy is a gun. That's all he can buy. And then he's right back where he started.
See, these are the programs we want to get away from. We want to set up more programs like this printing apprentice program. Put men out there, give them a half a shot, you know, with a saleable skill.
We have a printing apprenticeship program here. Now, under this program, we're under contract of indenture, which is a regular contract. As you know, an apprenticeship thing is a step thing on the street. Every 6 months, a man gets a pay raise. This is what happens here. So the time that the men serve in here, that means the longer time they have in, the higher pay scale they're going to go to on the outside. So there's light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean?
Across the hall from the state-financed schoolroom is the new adult basic education program, which the prisoners have set up independently.
You know, we can remodel this whole school because what you see across the hall is nothing. We don't have enough textbooks here. We don't even have no decent desks in here. That's all the desks you see over there. And you got 600 guys in this institution who wants to come to school, and what they gonna sit in, 55 chairs? So I set the room up by myself. I put the cabinet, I fixed the books up, I put draperies up in here. There's no sense for the Department of Correction paying a teacher $8,000 to come into Walpole to teach. And here I am, qualified, got a college degree, have teaching experience. Here's a man just got out of college, no teaching experience. You can take that $8,000 and we can use it here at Walpole. This teacher comes in here from 8 to 4, he picks up his check, boom, he's gone. We're here 24 hours. We know what the guys in here need. They're gonna come in and tell us what they're gonna teach us and how you teach a brother from the ghetto some 50-syllable word. I know how to relate to the guys are coming down here. There's no shucking and jiving because see, I'm for real with the guy.
How many hours do you work a day?
I told about 14 hours a day, 14 or 15 hours a day.
How much you get paid?
35 cents a 7-day week period, which is not right. because